our campaign has had a very good night.
Well, tonight was a resounding victory for Joe Biden as he cements his hold on his lead for the Democratic nomination. And this was seen as this will be perceived as a pretty bad loss for Senator Bernie Sanders, who has slid just a few weeks ago seemed on track to be the nominee. Biden is certainly on track now to be certainly considered the favorite to be the nominee. And there's going to be mounting pressure on Bernie Sanders, increased calls for him to potentially drop out. But even as of today, as of Tuesday morning, those around Bernie Sanders told the Associated Press he was not expected to do that anytime soon. There seems to be far less support for Senator Sanders this time to go forward. He has said that he wants to carry forth the torch for a lot of these progressive values, Medicare for all among them. But I think, especially now, in a time of national crisis, Democrats so eager to unify behind one candidate to take on Donald Trump this November. I think there will be immense pressure on Sanders to bow out in the days ahead. The coronavirus crisis, frankly, overshadowed tonight's result. That is what people are talking about, not the election news in these states. In fact, there was one state that was supposed to vote today, Ohio, that didn't. The governor canceled, postponed that primary until June. He felt like it wasn't safe for voters to congregate to vote. Some of the scenes today from the states that did vote, including Illinois and Florida, required some tricky geometry to keep voters separated. And even then, they weren't always able to keep that 6 feet of distance CDC recommends. And
This pandemic has impacted every aspect of our lives.
I think there are a lot of Democrats who are looking for their candidate to be able to lead, to be able to provide an alternate vision to how to deal with this crisis, present a different way of dealing with this than we're seeing from President Trump in the White House. And that's something that, in particular, the Vice President Biden is really trying to hammer home. He was part of the Obama administration's response to the Ebola crisis back when a few years ago. He is someone who has really, in the last week or so, now that he's clearly ahead in the Democratic race, is sort of not just campaigning like it's a general election. Frankly, he's campaigning like he's already president. He's trying to give messages, reassuring messages to the American public about how he would deal with this coronavirus. The virus has changed things. There aren't going to be large groups, large gatherings at rallies anytime soon. Candidates have had to use other means, virtual town halls. Joe Biden had some technical difficulties with one in Illinois the other day, but they're doing live streams, they're doing teleconferences, they're relying on surrogates to do television interviews. They're out there doing things on social media. They're finding other ways to connect with voters because they can't do the standard retail politics. No one's shaking a politician's hand right now. No one's going to a rally. Certainly, no one's offering their baby to be kissed. The takeaway for each candidate is it's a continuation of momentum that's been building for the last couple of weeks. Joe Biden is in control of this race. He has seized it. He's put up more wins tonight. He's on a remarkable winning streak. Began once the race moved into these larger, more diverse states where he's able to reap the benefits from his popularity with African American voters, a group that Bernie Sanders has struggled with. As for Bernie Sanders, he has, even in today, signaled he's not planning to drop out anytime soon. There are other primaries on the horizon. He may want to stay in this for a few more weeks. He may even try to stay in for a few more months. But the pressure is going to be immense. There are going to be a lot of Democrats, those who supported other candidates or who stayed on the fence. We're going to tell Bernie Sanders it's time to get out.